is Beehiiv really free? The answer is yes. However, you're going to realize very quickly you are going to want to pay for their features. I did a whole series breaking down each of these different plans that Beehiiv has. I'll leave a link down to that in the description. And what I want to do in this video is talk you through exactly how I would use Beehiiv to get the most out of it for free before I went on to the paid plans. I'll give you the breakdown of what I do strategy wise, and I'm going to pick out the main features from the scale plan that you are going to want sooner rather than later. Okay, so when we go onto Beehiiv, you can get access to the scale plan for free. And the way you do that is you get yourself a free trial. Now, there's a link in the description. If you click on that, they've got a free trial running. You should get 30 days. Plus, if they've got an offer running, recently they've had 20% off the first 3 months of scale, then you have got an opportunity to get that as well. It's an affiliate link. If you don't want to use the affiliate link, go search Beehiiv in Google and see if you get the same offer. It's completely up to you. So the main thing with launch is that you get up to 2,500 subscribers, which is very generous. If you do the free trial, you're going to get all of these for free, and then you're going to get put onto the launch plan. So this is what I would do. First of all, you're going to get access on the trial to the new web builder. So what I would do in that first 30 days is I would get my website set up how I want it, because when you get put back onto the free launch plan, you're going to lose access to that. And that means you can't make any changes. So if there's anything on the scale plan in terms of the layout of the website, the layout of, so the design of the website, I should say as well, then get that done within the first 30 days. And then when you get back onto launch, you can't change anything without paying, but at least you've got it set up exactly how you want. Now, you do get basic website features and all that kind of stuff on the launch plan. So you could go straight onto that. It's not a problem. The other things that you are going to get in the free trial is access to the ads and boost network. What I would recommend you do with this is I would recommend you have a really good look and see if there's anything that fits your brand. So for example, if you are doing something, I just launched a newsletter. It is in the AI niche. It is not AI news, generic stuff that everyone is so bored of. This is AI but hyper focused. And I can look when I go on a free trial at the boost network and the ad network, and I can see who's going to pay me. And you can figure out what brands there are and what newsletters there are out there that you can earn from to decide whether paying for Beehiiv to get access to the ad network and the boost network is worth it. If you've got a crocheting newsletter, you're probably not going to find a lot. If you've got a local newsletter, again with the ads and boost, you're probably not going to find a lot. They have got generic things in the ad network like Netflix, but you're not going to make a huge amount of money. It's not going to be a big earner for you. So that's the second thing I'll be doing. Once I got my website set up on the free trial for the scale, I would then go through the ads and boost network and figure out if I want to pay for this service to get access to this to monetize, because it's not on the free plan. Now, the other things you need to bear in mind with scale that you are going to want access to sooner rather than later are the survey forms and polls. And this might sound a little bit, really boring, surveys, polls. But what survey forms do is when people sign up to your newsletter, you can ask them some questions. And that means you can get really, really valuable information. So the newsletter that I've started recently, that we're going to use as a case study on this channel, is about AI in a very, very particular niche. And I'm actually able to survey people and find out what their skills are, which means I can then go to businesses and say, we've got these people with these skills on my newsletter. Do you have a job for them? And I can put these two groups of people together, and I can have a jobs board, and I can then monetize my newsletter further with the jobs board. But I could use the survey information to help me figure out what kind of people are going to sign up to my jobs board. Same with polls. Polls are massively useful for getting information from your audience, asking them what they think of the newsletter, asking if they need an additional section, asking them what they're doing right now, getting feedback, if they'd be interested in a particular product you're thinking about putting together. So polls are very useful. Now, you can use other bits of software that do have free trials for these. That's completely possible. Just go away and find a piece of software that does surveys and forms and polls. Probably got branding on it, but if you're just starting out, that is a shortcut. But I would definitely, again, with the free trial in the first 30 days, you should be able to get 4 newsletters out if you're doing it weekly. Get the survey on it, get the polls on it. The rest of it is completely up to you. As you start to grow, you will want to get more analytics data than you get with the free plan, but you can probably go quite a while before you get to that point. So they are the additional things on the scale plan that I really think you're going to want sooner rather than later. Okay, now there are some other pretty cool things up when we go further to max, but again, I don't really think you need them when you are sort of working up to your first 2,500 subscribers. Everything that you're going to need is in these first 2 plans. Also here, what I do want to mention is Beehiiv AI. I will admit I haven't tested it out in a while, and the reason for that is it's always been really rubbish. And I found it better to write my newsletters in ChatGPT and Claude, where I've got full sort of ownership over prompting, and I get a much better results. And then for images, I just use other pieces of software to create the images because their image generation is not great at all. So I don't feel like this is a what you call it, a selling point for the scale plan. So that would be my way of doing this. Use somebody's affiliate link. You can use mine or somebody else's, because that will get you an offer, so you can save yourself a little bit of money, hopefully. They don't always run offers on Beehiiv, so I'm not going to promise you an offer, but if you use an affiliate link, you've got more chances of seeing an offer. Get yourself the 30-day free trial. That will only be if you're using a new account, but you can just use a new Gmail. Get everything and really focus on getting everything set up the way you want it, so that after 30 days, after the free trial, when you go back on the launch, you've made the most of everything. And then what I would do, like I said, is if you are really on a budget and you can't afford the pricing of the scale plan, this is how much it would cost if you a month if you paid annually, and this is how much if you pay monthly. So if you cannot afford this amount of money, then whether you're looking at sort of the monthly plan or the yearly plan, okay, so what I would do is, as I said, go find free tools. They will have branding on them. They won't work as brilliantly as you want them to, in order to be able to keep things going as cheaply as possible. One thing I will actually say as well is referral programs. Referral programs are a great way of growing your list, and that's another one that if you don't want to pay for it on Beehiiv straight away, you might be able to find another tool that does that. If you want some suggestions of other tools, you want us to make a video on that, then just put other tools down in the comments. I'll know you're interested, and I can walk you through some examples of tools that we recommend to some of our students for referral programs, for surveys, forms, and for polls. See you in the next one.